Justice and his spouse. They're entering the lawn area now. That's Chief Justice Sundaresh Menon. He, of course, will bear witness during this signing and ceremony. And once again, nearly 900 guests have gathered here on the lawn at Singapore's iconic Istana grounds to observe this ceremony. Entering now, Mr. Gan Kim Yong there, who is, of course, going to be promoted to Deputy Prime Minister, and just behind him, DPM Heng Swee-keat, as well as Senior Minister Teo Chee-hean. The stage is clearly set for tonight's formalities. I mean, the last swearing-in ceremony of the Prime Minister and ministers, that was held in 2020 following the general elections due to safe distancing measures at that time. The ceremony then was a very different affair. It was split across two venues, the Istana State Room as well as Parliament House. The State Room is in that main building right behind, on your screens now. That room behind, entering the lawn now. Outgoing Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong arriving at the venue. Outgoing Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong there, arriving to a round of applause from the audience. Now, nearly 20 years ago, that was on August the 12th, 2004, Mr. Lee was sworn in as Singapore's third Prime Minister, right there on the Istana lawn. Across 2 decades as Prime Minister, he helped reinvent Singapore and elevate the country's international standing, flying Singapore's flag high wherever he went. He, of course, will be staying on in the cabinet as senior minister. Attendees now at today's event awaiting the arrival of incoming Prime Minister Lawrence Wong. A view there of the group of individuals, most of them there in those suits. They are the appointees, most of them, for this evening's swearing-in ceremony. There has not been a great deal in terms of change range of what they will do. The incoming Prime Minister Lawrence Wong has stated previously that he wants continuity for his next government as he takes Singapore forward into a new chapter. Notably in the crowd as well, a group of former members of parliament who've served in previous Singapore governments, all here in attendance. A palpable air of anticipation as we await the arrival of the incoming Prime Minister, Lawrence Wong. There in the front row, the former President Tony Tan, together with his wife as well. And of course, beside her, we have the former President, Madam Halimah Yacob. A round of applause now as incoming Prime Minister Lawrence Wong arrives on the Istana grounds with his wife. Since entering politics in 2011, he helmed several ministries, including national developments and finance, before becoming Deputy Prime Minister. That was in 2022. He was, of course, also the co-chair of the multi-ministry task force that oversaw Singapore's response to COVID-19. Now, that role helped him earn the trust of Singaporeans, as well as his colleagues, to become the steward of the nation's 4G leadership team.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mrs. Jane Itogi Shanmugaratnam.
Mrs. Tharman, the wife of the President, about to take her seat. Handshakes there by Mrs. Jane Itogi Shanmugaratnam, the former presidents and their spouses. We're awaiting, of course, the arrival now of the president himself, Mr. Tharman Shanmugaratnam.
Ladies and gentlemen, the president.
Rise as the president arrives at the lawn. This is the first swearing-in ceremony that Mr. Tharman Shanmugaratnam will be presiding over as president. He assumed that role, of course, in September last year. He's flanked by two honorary aide-de-camp, or HADCs. They are